Hey guys, this is Group CS 1.6 presenting you the framework that we used in the project and also some details about the project. Myself, I'm Saket, and the other group mate that is going to present later on the video is Vishal. So let us begin with the framework that we are going to use and implement in the project. So it's known as Metasploit. You might know it because it's very famous. So why we choose Metasploit is because it's very good framework and it's very powerful. So as you can see in the screen, so it displays you how many exploits and payloads, auxiliaries and encoders you have. That's very huge amount of files that you have. So you can pretty much do everything with Metasploit. So let me first explain you basic terms which will be useful for doing anything in the Metasploit. First, system exploitation. Now, the root between the meta and the exploit is exploitation. That is, this term means that you're trying to exploit a vulnerability in a system, machine, or a network. This means that basically you're trying to look in a network and find a computer that has a hole. So the next term that appears on the screen is payload. So the payload is, just think of a fighter jet unleashing a weapon with a payload. So the big thing about Metasploit is it not only scans but also it also collects the information regarding the systems that can be exploited. So this is done by the payloads. You just dump a payload into an application and you just give it to the device and it starts collecting the data instantly. So the other term is listening. Metasploit is a very good listener. So you can use it for scanning devices, scanning ports, scanning networks, and it will give you pretty good results. Coming to the interfaces for the Metasploit, there are two basic interfaces. One is MS Console that you're seeing right now in the screen is an MS Console, and the other one is Armitage that I'm not using because I prefer to use MS Console and it's pretty good. And I'm using a Kali Linux operating system on a virtual box. That's why it's pretty much slow, and please ignore the speed of the computer. So now what I'm going to do is first just show you some basic commands in the Metasploit. This is a show command which gives you which displays you the exploits. But so now as you can see in the terminal, these are the list of the exploits that you can perform. These are the list of exploits that it has, and it's a very huge file, and it has all kinds of attacks coming from the Windows, Android, OS X, Python, PHP, and whatnot. Everything you can actually do anything in mostly everything in using Metasploit. So what we're going to do now is go in detail about a particular exploit. So I'm going to choose a random exploit. Now let's see. Use exploit Windows SMP PSEXEC. So this particular exploit is executing a process remotely. So yeah, sorry for the mistake. I just added a space which was not supposed to be there, and now anyways we got it. So now we're in the exploit and we can do pretty much whatever you want. Like I'm gonna type in show options. Like no, let's first do setting a payload that we discussed later. So set payload Windows Metasploit. Metasploit is the one that develops the apps or everything that you want. So let's see. So there you go, the payload is set. Now let's go and type in show options, and it will display you the options that you have, like the payload options and the L host and L port, and also the exploit targets, which is none because we didn't pass anything. And there are also some other module options that you can use. And now what we'll do is what is the good thing about Metasploit is if you don't know how to use anything, you can just type an H, which is H command, which is help command. So I'm typing in exploit.h, which is it gives you the usage of this particular command. So So now we're going to check in and the command which is known as sessions. So I'm going to use session minus I, which is looking up the sessions. So as we don't have any active sessions, it should obviously give you none. So the next usage of anything is searching up the jobs. Like just type in jobs and you don't have any active jobs. Jobs is anything like an running process or running handlers. So coming to the handlers, if you have multiple handlers, it's a very good thing because and that's the best thing about Metasploit. You can keep multiple handlers, so you can continue scanning your stuff and continue doing your hacks, and you can do the multiple scannings and multiple hacks at simultaneously. So I'm going to show you how you use multiple handler. So use exploit and type in multi and then handler. So which gives you it's going to run in a multi-handler thing. So you can, as you can see, there's a handler now. Okay. So now I'm going to show you a really cool thing that's known as make RC, and you give your output.txt. So what it does is it saves all the current settings, and I mean it takes all the commands you typed since you started and every single step, different modules, and it creates a resource script, so you can go and visit it anytime. So it just saved all my last 10 commands to the output.txt. So the next command that I'm going to show you is search. It actually searches pretty much anything. I mean, if you're stuck anywhere in between, so you can use search to go and whatever you want to go and see whatever directory you want to see. So guys, now I'm going to show you a short briefing of what we used and how we use this tool to hack an Android phone. So first we type in MSF Venom. So previously we used to type in MSF payload, but now it's been updated and the module payload comes under Venom, and some other modules also comes under Venom. So MSF Venom, and the payload will be indicated as with the flag -p. Now next comes the options, which are Android, which I'm going to use, and you can type in Windows or OS X or whatever you want. So then comes the Metasploit, which actually generates the payload and the other stuff. And next comes the reverse TCP, which is used to get back the data. And then obviously we have to give the host that we are using, I mean the IP. So my IP is 10.0.2.15, and then we should give the port that we're going to use, and it's 44s, and then we give another file, another flag, which is R, and the directory where we want the file to be stored. And as it's an Android platform, so we use APK file, so it could be installed in it. So let's see what happens when I click this. There is an any.apk that we specified, and it's been created in the desktop, and it's pretty much a basic APK file which has a payload in it. We can edit the payload by using edit command, and we can pretty much do whatever you want by using edit modules, and you can edit the modules as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the exploit handler, multi-handler, so that I can run this and run other stuff simultaneously. So this is the command that we are going to use, and I previously told you for using the handlers. Done. So next what we're going to do is set the payload, and then the host, and then the port. So first comes the payload. Payload is Android, and then Metasploit, and then reverse TCP. So now the payload is being set. So now we set the host, which is my IP. This is just to show that you can use the set, and you can use it anytime, even after you're done with the payload. And now the port, and then the command that we use to run the exploit is exploit and then run. So first we use exploit, and from which it displays you the status, which is the TCP being started and being handled on 10.myIP and the port, and then starting the payload handler. So after this, there's some continuation which supposed to be coming, because there's no victim who is installing this app. Whenever the victim installs this app, then the data keeps coming, and you can do pretty much whatever the victim does in the Android phone. So we're going to present that later in the final presentation. So this wraps up the stuff about the framework, and my teammate Vishal is going to explain the remaining stuff and the exploits that we're going to do on hacking an Android phone.
Hello. So as my group partner told you about Metasploit, what is Metasploit, how it is used, what are the basic commands of Metasploit, and how it can be used as a penetration tester. So there is one other tool which is called VirusTotal. It's basically an online service which is used to scan a file or a URL or any kind of thing. It scans for the virus, for worm, or any kind of malicious activity that can be performed through it. So the reason I'm mentioning this thing to you is because Metasploit has this service built in. You can use this service. It's from inside Metasploit. So, and like it has many advantages. The best advantage is that it is totally free. You can use the service without paying anything. It basically runs multiple antivirus engines and website scanners. So it runs multiple file and URL characterization tools. It has like real-time updates of virus signatures and blacklist, and whenever you scan anything, any file or any URL through it, it gives you a detailed results of each scan. I will show you that in a while, but let us see some other advantages and some other features of this great tool. So like you can see real-time global service operation statistics, and it has like online malware research community. So we have all these things that it can do. So this is the interface of it. This is the official website, virustotal.com. So here, for example, I give this is a blog that I created a very long time ago. If I just copy the URL and paste it here and scan it, because I already analyzed it. So but let's really analyze it just to show you. Okay, so it will take some time. It will analyze everything, and then it gives a result. See, it says okay, this is a URL, this is the date it was scanned, the time, and the ratio of detection 0. So it detected 0 vulnerability. Sorry, I meant to say it detected 0 malicious activity or code. So it is all clean. It is all clean. Like you can see, it scanned everything, and everything came out to be clean. There's nothing wrong with this site. It is all correct. So this is a very good thing about it. You can even scan the file, anything else. You can search any IP, any domain, any hash, anything. It's a very good tool. Okay, so this is actually not just for our project. It can be used in anything. It can be used in any other project. It can be used as a personally, whenever a person, he or she wants to access any website or open a file, he or she can use this tool to check if it is a correct thing, if it is a genuine website or a file. So it's a great tool for everybody. So my group partner already told you about one of our attacks that we are going to do, as our project is about hacking the Android devices, exploiting the vulnerabilities of Android devices. So one of the vulnerabilities is stage fright. Stage fright is one of the vulnerabilities which is in Android version 4.1 to 5.0. So it is in majority of the devices which has those versions of Android. So what we did is that we got a little help from internet. There were different forums, and because this is a new attack, new kind of attack for Android, so there was not much help. And so what happened? So what we did is that we went to different forums and different websites to see how it is done. So what we found out is that there's a website everybody knows. People who are in this field, they know that this is a very famous website, Exploit DB. So you go there, you can find many things in it. You can find web application exploits, the different codes and different things about and local and privilege escalation exploits, many things, POC. So it's a very good website if you are into hacking stuff. So what we do is that we just search. Just taking the time. I'll pause the video for a while till it pops up. Yeah, so it is here. Yeah, so I'll just type here stage fright, which is the name of the hack, and it will ask you about the identification if you are not about. Select all images with the construction vehicle. Okay, so I think this is and this. I think we should be right with this. Yeah, thank God. Okay, so let's search it, and there's a code snippet about this hack that can be done. So yeah, we have this thing. The author is Joshua J. Drake, Android stage fright remote code execution. So this is a code, a snippet, but it has tons of error. So we had to look into it, and we had to remove so many errors from it, and add some code from ourselves, and then we were able to run it and execute it. So I won't show you all the details right now, but I will just tell you that I will tell you how it works. So basically what happens is that so this is the file, this is the file that I'm talking about. So I change the file and I remove all the codes. And so what we do is that we first see our this is for the Windows. So this is, so first of all we need to get our IP address. This is our IP address. So what you do is just so we have the file mp4.python. sorry for that. Okay, so we just run the file python mp4.py. we give our IP address 10.109.184.9 and the port which is 4444. Okay, so you see, hello, yeah, so you can see my mp4 file is being created. Now what I'm actually trying to do is that this hack works in a way that using this code I created an mp4 file. Okay, now I will send this mp4 file to my victim by any way, you know. I can send it through Facebook, through direct message, through email address, or any, you know, through any way. Once it is reached over there, without even opening the file, I will get access to the device. But that happens if I send it directly, because when I send it directly, the phone will receive itself, you know. But if I send it through Facebook or through email address, then it has to open the email address or the Facebook, you know, the inbox messages. So once that is opened, then I can get access to the device, and I can do anything. For example, so after I send this to my victim, I will use netcat and start listening on the same port. So here it will start listening, and once the user receives the file, I will get access to the phone, and then I will be able to do anything I want. Yeah, so basically, what we can do afterwards, that I will show you in the final presentation and the final project. So this was all from you know, the basics and you know, the whatever we are doing for now and what we have done for, you know, till now. So basically, so this is all about our project, is that Android hacks, you know, hacking Android devices, getting into devices and doing whatever we want. So this was all the motivation that we had for choosing this project, and thank you so much.